Hello everybody and welcome back to Hof Bergmann. Now I've been reading through a very good guide for this map, so I now have a much better understanding of how different aspects of the map actually work. I've also had some very good commenters, so thank you so much to everybody who has left suggestions and guidance on the previous episodes. It really has been very useful. I will just read out a couple in just a minute because we're actually going to need these two suggestions today. I didn't actually know either of them, so it really has helped. Let me just put this over here. This is our replacement tractor. I have sold one of those front loader telehandler things and I have replaced it with this old Steyr tractor. So that's going to be useful. And this actually brings us to the first comment which was left in the previous episode. So this first comment was left by a user called Flashy Massey. Good name. They said in the main yard the bales storage places have bales in them already. I love the series. So, yeah, I didn't know. I thought these were empty, but no, as you can see, they do actually have bales in them ready to dispense, which we'll do. Don't know if dispense is the best word, actually. Just use, consume them. So that's good. And they also said that you can get animals on the laptop in the house. Again, I didn't know that. The next comment is from somebody called Jim. I don't know if you want me to read your surname out, so just say the first letter, Jim L. Thank you to you. You said you can get the spent grain for free at one of the mills to feed the sheep. The map is loaded with hay, straw and silage bales. No need to buy them. So this is obviously very good news. I did actually find the grain mill just over here, so I think you probably can get it from there. I did see a pipe. I don't really know what you'd be dispensing if you're not dispensing spent grain. So that is the first thing to do today. Although actually, yeah, I want to get a new trailer. I was hoping to get hold of one of these Stewart trailers. I think we're probably going to need two eventually. We're going to go with the grain body and we're also going to go with the silage body. But for today, just this type, it is going to be fine. I do want to spec it though, so we want to have mud guards. And yeah, quite happy with the wheels already. And the livery, I think I'm okay. Actually, yeah, I was going to say, yeah, UK flag was great, but then, of course, we're not in the UK. So, yeah, we'll have no livery. Okay, so there we go. We just need to get a tractor to pick that up with. I think probably, since it's going to be quite heavy, I'll use the class tractor. Now, I was also, as I said, I was reading through the guide, and I read a few things about the grain dryer. I'm looking to dry my grain. The wheat, which is just currently just pretty much dormant at the moment. I think it's not really started to grow. But yeah, to do that we have to get the biogas from fermentation of silage. And then I think we have to take it to the gas trader for them to bottle it up. I think we have to have it bottled. At least that's the way I interpreted it as. So that is something which obviously has to be done. We can't just immediately fire up the dryer. So I think since we do start off with these bales, which is fantastic, the grass fill which we have will be cut and it will be put into a silage pit. Then we can ferment it and then we can extract the biogas. If you didn't watch the previous episode and you're unsure of why I need the spent grain, it is to feed to the goats. We've just bought some goats. They don't have to have spent grain, they can have a couple of other substitutes, but I think spent grain is going to be the obvious one for us because the other two, I think one is the sylphy, which we're still growing, we don't have sylphy yet, and also silage. Going back to that comment from before, apparently the map is loaded with silage as well. I think, yeah, we do, don't we? We do have possibly even two silage bale storage points, so yeah, we could do that, but I quite like the idea of getting some spent grain. Obviously that field is just a bit of a disaster. Just have to salvage what we can out of it, but it's fine. We're not super desperate for that much, and we're going to be expanding the farmland pretty soon. Getting more land. It just needs to be ploughed next time. It's another cow pasture. It's very nice that there are so many different places to put your animals. You're not just restricted to one place. I wonder if one day Farming Simulator will have the feature where you can just take your animals to any field. can move the troughs around. Transportable feed troughs and water troughs. Okay, so we are approaching the grain mill. As I said, this is a bit of a guess. It just seems like the obvious place to get the spent grain from. After all, it is a grain mill. This was my guess, just over here. So we'll see what it will let me dispense. Hopefully. The grain... No, okay. Just spoken to this chap here. He said that the place to go is the malt factory, which is at the top of the map. So if we turn right out of here, we'll be able to find the malt factory, which is giving away spent grain. Lovely. I love this map so much. This is the place. The malt factory. So we don't actually need to go over the bridge. We're not bringing anything in. That looks to be the place just over there. Spent grain, 0. Okay, so it looks like you probably do already have to process something first. It must be the byproduct of something else. So, we've established that. Let's, after all that, get back to the farm. We'll grab a silage bale, we'll give them silage. But yeah, eventually, I want to give them spent grain. We will cut that field today, that grass field. I'm aiming to buy the old John Deere swather. I think that would be a good thing to use. For now though, let's just park this in here. There we go. And we'll jump into this tractor. That bucket is actually for the silage, so if we put this over near the silage pit, the silage pit from here is over there, in front of us. And it looks like that's where our silage bales are as well. So that's brilliant. I just need to get a bale grab. We're not going to be using both pits today, so just put this here. I've just dispensed some bales so they're ready. They're not going to need too many. In fact, only 2 might be enough. There we go. Good. Fermenting. The fermenter. So put grass in there and ferment it. Nice. A good shelf of things here. That one on the top is a bell spike, but it looks like it doesn't fit this. It must be for a skid steer or something. So just going to use this for now. Yeah, that'll be fine. After all, we're going to be ripping the plastic wrap off these anyway. Lovely. So I'll see you over at the goats, and actually you can get ducks as well. I think we're going to buy some ducks, but the priority for now is to get that field cut. Okay, so the feed trough is inside. We actually do already have some bales in there. They'll be taken whenever they're needed. Whoop. Steady. And yep, there you go. You can see it's fulfilled the requirement, but yes, even one bale was more than enough. So we can just leave it. I did actually have another comment from somebody saying that they don't need straw. It's best not to give them straw, because it's about the milk or something. So we'll see. I'll take your word for it. But what we must do now is go and buy the swather. I like this tractor. I think it's a good tractor. And we have a very heavy weight on the back. It's actually about 2.2 tons. Or is that? Yeah, it's got 1800 plus another one on top. 400 on top. So yeah, 2.2 tons. It's a heavy thing. I'm looking forward to doing the biogas. Getting the biogas for the dryer. I think it'd be quite interesting. Okay, let's just put that there for now. Since we have the space to store the tractor inside, we will do. Right, so we have the old and we have the new. 150,000 versus 14.5 plus the header. I think we're going to go with this for now. I think this does mow, not just row, I hope. We're going to buy it outright, put a bit of weight on the back. That'd be good. As for the wheels, yeah, don't want to be damaging the grass. Yes, we'll go for that. We'll have beacons. And the window, wow, that is a dark tint. I think, yeah, we'll just have a light tint. Makes it look a bit more stylish. Lovely. And now for the header. So if we go into the, is it mower category? Yep, mower category, twin knife, 4.5 meters. That should work brilliantly, hopefully. Never used it before, but I have wanted to use it before. I just didn't have the opportunity. So, let's give it a go. Put the beacon on. These swathers always feel kind of unusual to me because I've never really experienced them before. Never seen one in real life, in person, and yeah, the first time I actually drove one of these in Farming Simulator was the previous time. Yeah, wrong side of the road. Yes, this is the second time driving one virtually. I don't know how many of these there are in the UK, but I really have never seen one. Not even at a show. Maybe there's none. If you're in the UK and you have one of these, please do let me know. I think the closest thing to describe this as is a backwards zero-turn mower. You've got the drive wheels on the front in this case, so the opposite of the zero-turn, and then we've got these caster wheels on the back. Here we are. Yeah, so I don't know how good this is going to be, this crop, but it is just first cut, and that seems to be working very well. It looks like a decent swath. Very decent swath. Okay. Don't know what I did there. Seemed to miss a piece. Anyway, 10 miles per hour is the maximum speed. It does seem acceptable. Well, it seems more than acceptable. A very good speed. I'm just going to go around the headland first. Does seem to miss a few pieces. I don't... Oh, I know what it is. It's where I drove. It's where I've driven with the spreader. Yes, what it did when I drove on those areas was put it back a growth stage, so it's not actually ready to cut. But I think it will be ready to cut in the future. It's just stumped the growth a bit. So yeah, just crack on with this, and then don't know if we'll have to row it together or if we can just pick it straight up. We'll have to see. It's not the widest machine ever. I guess we could actually have a machine following us. That might be a good thing to do. I think... Yes, I'm going to go around the headland twice. Then we're going to pick it up. And then I think we'll use follow me, and they can do it at the same time. Cut and collect. Well, there goes the first load. It was just over 2/3 full, I think. Yeah, as you just saw, I couldn't tip it into the pit. I have to read into that. I don't know the exact reason behind that. But, unfermented, 36,679 litres of grass, and that is going to be converted into silage, which I'm hoping we can still take to the BGA, which I think is where we can get the biogas from. If I am not mistaken, which I might be, but we'll see. Beautiful blue sky. Okay, so yeah, we're going to continue. I think the amount of grass we got there from just 2 very narrow headlands was quite impressive. So overall, this is going to be a good field. But it has been fertilised, it has had lime spread on it, so really it should be quite good. So I don't want to make it too tricky for the worker behind, because I know that when you turn extremely tightly, which is very easy to do with this, we can pretty much turn on the spot, it's going to miss something. So I just need to drive as if I'm driving the tractor behind us. Yes, although it looks like we're missing loads, as you've seen, the yield is still good. And so because we're kind of desperate to get this first crop in the future we'll allow it to fully grow. Yes, I want to start going up and down the field, if possible. I don't think that was too tight. But yeah, it might take maybe 10 minutes to fill, because that is not a small loading wagon. And we probably won't be able to do all this today, because as you've seen, I'm putting it into the fermenter, and the capacity of that is just 1 silo. It's not like a huge pit. Maybe you tip the fermented grass into the silage pit afterwards. As I said, I'll keep reading the guide, I'll keep listening to suggestions. That is picking up, isn't it? Yeah. Good. Okay. So yeah, I'll just cut straight down here. Straight down the centre. And we'll get another full load. I think the loading wagon is getting full. We've covered a bit of ground. But yeah, this is a fairly substantial amount of grass. I do need to start thinking about which fields we should buy. I think it would be a good idea to go for some fields which are probably ready to harvest, as that will bring in some fairly instant income. There's a bit of space in the back, so yeah, just working through this. I wonder how much is processed, how much of the unfermented silage is processed into fermented silage. You would have thought it would take a bit of time. It's not the widest machine ever, I think it's only 4.5 metres. It feels fast though. We're leaving a good swath behind us. The tractor always feels like we're being chased, or being hunted down, because it always catches up with us. The tractor is going faster than us. It can do 12 or 13 miles per hour. But I think, yeah, it must be pretty full. We're almost there. Take a look, see if it's still picking up. It is. Surprising. Now it's not. It is full. Very good timing. That's 53,000 litres. And there's still quite a bit of the field left. So yeah, we're just munching away at it as we need it. But this is quite good, because that field is not going to be finished today, because it is going to take a while, I'm going to be able to get some feedback on today's episode. Get a few pointers, hopefully. Because, yeah, obviously this map is nothing like anything I've played on before. It is very different, very unique. It's been a learning curve. But yeah, it's I think it's fun to learn as you go. Okay, so in it goes. So yeah, obviously I could have, well, I say I could have done. I don't get that much spare time. But no, if I had more time, when I'm not working and stuff, I could have played hours and hours on this map to figure everything out first of all. But that might not have been as fun anyway, because then you're not sort of learning with me if you're new to it as well. Okay, so fermented 0, unfermented 89,679. It looks like it probably will all fit. I'd say it's going to. Does this thing it needs turning on? There we go. It's fine. It's not like we were waiting for it. But I wonder how fast it does work. I'll have to see. Okay. But it is funny, because if I was to look back at these videos, these first videos in the series, when I finished the series, when obviously I've gained more experience and understood different features more, I understood them better, yes, it'll be entertaining to see how much I struggled. But that is all part of the learning experience. Just get these few missed pieces first of all. So yeah, it looks like we've almost done with the part of the field which comes all the way down here, but then it does go around the corner. So I'm not going to cut it out. I will just time lapse it. Skip forward a minute if you don't want to see another time lapse. I tend to condense 10 minutes into one. Although, yeah, because we're in a field here, just doing the same thing up and down, I can probably afford to put it at 1200%. So that's going to be, well, like, I don't know exactly, but to put it simply, 12 minutes. Let's just say 12 minutes of gameplay into a minute, roughly. Okay, so we're almost there. I will leave this lower section until next time, just in case I'm doing something wrong and we need a bit more grass, but, well, either way, we have silage, so the only thing I'm looking for, as well as the silage, is biogas. We do need to get that as well, but I'm guessing that just comes from the BGA. When you take it to the biogas plant, you're going to get the gas that you can get, and then you can take it over to the man that fills it up fills the canisters up. Trying to look for the word here. Gas trader. Yes, it was on the tip of my tongue, clearly. Right. Okay. So that's actually 95%. It's not 100% full, but it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter at all. Let's go and see how much fermented silage we have now that it's actually switched on. Yeah, we'll get ducks next time. Really want to get ducks. Must be for duck eggs. I noticed that the goats are already producing milk, so that's good. Ooh, the beacon. The beacon is going. Okay. So, we'll tip this, and we'll check the information. But we have put quite a bit in there today. Next time, next time we cut a big field of grass, we probably won't use the swather. We'll get a big mower set up. But I was just so interested in using it. Yep, we have 6,667 litres. And unfermented we have 133,697 litres. Pretty good. Fermenting progress. 3%. There is our silage level, input. And the capacity is 250,000 litres. That's pretty good. Very good. I like it. I really do. So, we're going to leave it there for today. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And until next time, see you again soon. Bye for now.